Hey besties, hi, how are ya? And welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we all know what time it is, right? It's monthly TBR time, April TBR time. All the books I plan to, or hopefully, read in April. So first and foremost, you see the shirt, right? I mean, North American Tour 2025. If you are not following me on Instagram, I mean, what is you waiting for? I thought we were besties. You know, you're supposed to follow me everywhere. I mean, because the world revolves around me. Obviously, this is why I make videos. Besides my love for books and reading, okay? I went to a Deftones concert and I'm still not over it, okay? Mind you, this was last week that I went and I'm still not over it. But I am currently manic, so there's gonna be high energy here. Just a little warning. But anyways, let's get into these books because I am excited and your girl is happy to reset every month. Even if I don't finish previous books. Let's go. Let's dive into these books because I don't remember if I was going to say anything else, but I know that I'm going to share what I plan to read. So let's go. My Patreon book club picked out this book, and that is Guild by Raven Kennedy. I mean, hi, how are ya? Yes, this cover. I already started a few pages of it and I am interested. I am invested. So that's a good thing. Hopefully it doesn't change. But anyways, what is this about? I mean, from what I gathered, it's a King Midas retelling because apparently Raven Kennedy really loved that story. So, you know, her brain started doing things up there that, you know, authors' brains do. It started building worlds and characters and stuff. She came out with this, but the thing is that it's a whole series. And let me tell you this, bestie. Actually, I forgot that this is a whole series. And I have a lot of series that I, you know, plan on reading. I did so far. I mean, I'm going to be starting this one. And then I read From Blood and Ash, which, by the way, the second one is going to make its appearance here. I believe this is like 6 books or probably more. But I'm not planning to read all the like other books that tie into this somehow. This one I'm planning to finish. The Stars Are Dying, which is also part of a series, and that's a trilogy. Lights Out by Navessa Allen. I think that's a duology. I don't remember, but yeah. And then that was this one. You know, I wonder if when I'm manic I can read faster. Like, could I just be like like, is that a superpower? Because I really feel like when I'm manic, it's a superpower, okay? Like, I do a lot of things, high energy, and I complete things. So I wonder if that would work with books. I'm gonna have to test that out. I doubt it though, because there's a lot going on in my brain when I'm manic. But anyways, yeah, so King Midas retelling. Yeah, my mind is gonna drift off a lot, so be prepared. This just might be a long video. Okay, but King Midas, right? Retelling. And so far what I gathered is that we are following, what's her name? What's her name? Why can't I remember her name? Oh, Oren, I think that's how you pronounce it. She is actually a prisoner to King Midas, and she is completely made out of gold, because I'm guessing, because I mean, if we know the story of King Midas, we know that everything he touches turns to gold. So obviously if she's gold, like literally every part of her body is golden. That's what I learned in the first chapters. He must have obviously touched her, right? I mean, duh. He's kind of possessive, so he has her in a cage, right? It says here, a gilded cage is still a prison, which I agree. It doesn't matter, you know, that it's gold and everything he has is gold. The point is she's a prisoner. I'm going to be following her because it says back here, this is a story of Oren. So I'm hoping that there's character growth in this, that I end up liking Oren, because you know me, bestie, I always fall for villains. And obviously, you know, King Midas is a villain, but we shall see. Because this is obviously character driven, and I love me some character driven stories. Let's see where Oren's journey goes. Is she gonna escape this prison? And is Jeannie gonna finish this series? Because now I added another series.
And I would not want to not try to finish and not try to read the books, because look at when I'm reading this in April. And if I don't continue on in this series, what's gonna happen is I'm going to forget if I decide, oh, you know what, I'll read this next year. Yeah, no, that can't happen. So therefore, it doesn't matter technically, because this year I am prioritizing mood reading. So that's another thing. Don't take my TBR, you know, like it's set in stone, because I can change at any time, except the book club reads, of course.
But speaking of book club reads, another book club read, which is on Fable, by the way, and that's from Deliciously Dark Villains, because again, I'm the darkling, I'm the dark one. I mean, you should know this by now, bestie, because I do say that quite often. Maybe I should stop.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna stop. No. And you're darklings too, because obviously you're here. And there's a reason. You know, you came to the dark side. Hi, how are ya? We have cookies here. Okay, so another book club pick, which is on Fable, which is free, okay? In case you didn't know, I also have a YA channel. Jeannie reads YA, I mean, because I'm basic like that, and it's just easier, right? Jeannie reads YA. And I also have a YA book club on there, so, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you. Go check out the channel, okay? I'll link video here, or you could just go down in the description. Check it out, okay? We're besties. And if you like YA, why not? But anyways, yes, Deliciously Dark Villains book club read, and that is Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroux. You know, this. Look at this stunning edition. First of all, you know, my bestie, Christine, she got this for me. She rants and raves about this book, so I'm excited to see if I'm going to rant and rave about this book. Yeah, she got me this stunning edition. I also have a regular copy, and my bestie looked out, and my bestie spoils me, and I love her so much. And yeah, I spoil her too, so don't get it twisted. But yeah. What do I know about this book? Not much. All I know is that I think she's like a paranormal investigator. Raylan, I want to say her name is. Yeah, so she's basically like one of those ghost adventure people, you know, hunting ghosts and looking for them, hopefully not getting possessed, and hopefully them not coming for her. So what ends up happening is that she mistakenly summoned a demon. Okay, would I want to, like, in real life summon a demon? No, this is why I read them in books. So if you know me enough, bestie, or if you've been here for a while, I love you for that. You would know that I loved the series Kingdom of the Wicked, which also has demons, which also they go by the sins, you know, the 7 deadly sins, I think it is. Yeah. Basically, I think that she summons a demon called Leon. He is like this psycho demon, you know, he's happy to kill. You know, like literally that's what he's good at, and he has no shame with saying that, except for her. For some reason, there's something drawing him to Raylan, right? Her name is Raylan, right? Well, we're just gonna say Ray. And yeah, he decides to stalk her. Bestie, you know. I mean, you know. Listen, you know. I love this man right here. Yeah, him, Michael Myers, you know. So obviously I have a thing for stalkers, not in real life. Relax, stalker people. You could stalk me, yes, on social media, sure, but not in real life. Anyways, yeah, so he decides to take it upon himself to start stalking her. Why? Because not only is he interested in her, but he's interested in her soul. I am super excited, and guess what, besties? This is another series. But I actually had this series planned, unlike some other ones that I didn't have planned. But it's okay again. But this one is, and I mean, oh my god, can we just drool over this cover? Yeah, bestie, I know you're jealous because you don't have this. It's okay. It's okay. I'm such an asshole. Moving on. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, bestie. So moving on into, I mean, keeping it in the fantasy realm. Might as well, right? I guess you could say these are romanticities, dark fantasies. Yeah. That's just about it. But as I mentioned, with From Blood and Ash being read and completed and loved, I decided to continue and read not From Blood and Ash again, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I mean, we should all know this is by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I cannot say much about this book. All I know is that Hawk and Poppy, I actually love Poppy, and you already know I love Hawk. Like, literally, he's right there with, oh my god, I can't even put them in order if I really wanted to. But he's literally right there with the Darkling, with Zayd Meadows. Like, Hawk is right there. Right there. He's just there, you know? They all friends. I guess you could say this is like a reverse arrow for me. Listen, I'm not complaining. In my head, this is what happens when I read these. Okay, moving on. So basically, yeah, as you can see, I have some tabs here, which I'm way behind on. I am reading this as a buddy read with my Patreon book club. Totally Book Club. If you're interested in joining and supporting me as a small creator, as a small creator that's not getting paid by YouTube or sponsors. They don't care about me at the moment. Join my book club. Join my Patreon. Join. So, that's down below. Join. This crazy and these vibes is what you get. I'm over here trying to, get back into not really serious mode, but I guess you could say into happy dandy mode. Yeah. So after the first one, From Blood and Ash, the way it ended, even though there were some parts that was, a little predictable, that's okay because I still enjoyed my time. I fell in love with Hawk. I'm excited to be with Hawk and Poppy again. Yeah, I can't really say too much, and there's reasons for why I'm saying certain things in the way that I'm saying them, because that would be a spoiler. So we don't do that here unless it's mistakenly done. But I usually warn if I'm gonna do a spoiler. But yeah, I'm excited because yeah. Listen, there's betrayal, there's... Did I say that right? Okay, let's do that again. Okay, listen, there's betrayals, there's choices that has to be made, and there's secrets. And then there's the question, is love stronger than vengeance? Dun, dun, dun. Wait, I actually have a sound effect for that. So, cue the sound effect. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we are diving into another one of my favorite genres, and that is the dark romance, romantic suspense, pitch black people. Yeah, that's literally all I have for you. But yeah, I'm going to be reading Obsession by Harley Beck. Woo! That cover screams, Jeannie, read me. Initially, it started off with BookTok, and besides BookTok, I already seen this book through Goodreads. Immediately, it was like, Jeannie, buy me. Look at my cover. And then to top it off, I want to say she's a journalist or something to that effect, or maybe she's a psychiatrist or something, but we're following Savannah, who got the chance to interview, wait for it, the country's most notorious serial killer. Jeannie, contain yourself.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, so then the other thing is that it says here, Robbie is old enough to be my father, a man condemned for the murder of at least 14 women. He is dangerous, deadly, intense in ways I can't explain. Yet, despite the red flags, his magnetism draws me to him. I am powerless to fight it. That's how I feel about Michael Myers, okay? Okay, I think that was enough information about this book, but I am super excited to dive into this. Oh my God, yes, yes. You know, Jeannie, you got issues. Yeah, I know. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so we're gonna keep it in the thriller realm, but this is my favorite type of thriller, which is the psychological thrillers. I have discovered that I have a deep love for psychological thrillers more than your regular like mystery thriller type. I am going to be reading a lot of that this year, and one of the books that I am excited to read, because it is Bestie, it is part of, wait, this way. It is part of my TBR knockout challenge. If you don't know about this challenge, I mean, first of all, I'm gonna have the video linked up here. You can still join because it's a yearly challenge, one, and two, even though we're in April, we're still early on, and you could still count the books that you already read. You see, I got you, bestie. But anyways, let's go into Strange Sally Diamond, because I'm gonna have the video linked up above so you can go check it out. And yeah. So Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent, I think, or Nugent. You know, it's either one or the other. I've spoken about this book before, I believe, in my TBR knockout or something like that, or I don't even know. This one is about who? Sally Diamond, Strange Sally Diamond. And the reason it's called Strange Sally Diamond is because obviously Sally is strange. I know. Rocket science. She's using the noggin. I believe it's her father ends up dead or something like that. Listen, I don't even remember, even though I spoke about this book before. Okay, so for Sally Diamond, people are confusing. I mean, yes. Unpredictable, yes. And hard to read. Because I'm definitely all those things. She has always preferred routines to spontaneity, whatever. Again, that sounds like me too. Yeah. Okay, so silence to noise and forthright communication to small talk. Adopted at the age of 7 by a psychiatrist, she cannot remember any details of her childhood before that age. Now 43. Ooh! Same age. Listen, bestie. Ooh, I said it. But you know what? I don't look it. And I know this. And a lot of people tell me this. So... Anyways, this is interesting, just that alone. Why? Because a lot of times there's not many books of, you know, people in their 40s. And actually, bestie, you know, help a girl out if you know of any more books of, you know, older folk. I don't consider myself older folk, okay? Let's just state that. But people in their 40s, you know, like I know I've read people in their mid 30s, early 30s. Have I read anybody in their late 30s? I don't think so. But you know, nowadays, once you hit 30 sometimes, or even 35, you like consider, oh, you're getting old. Listen, I don't believe in that. I believe that if you let yourself get old, that's a you problem. But me, I'm here at lovely 43, fabulous, and don't look old. Why? Because I take care of myself, okay? But anyways, going back to Sally Diamond. Sally finds the truth coming into sharp focus when her past comes headline news. She endured something unthinkable as a child, and now the entire world knows exactly who she is and was. Ooh. Ooh. So it says here, told from the alternating perspectives of Sally in the present day and a boy named Peter in the past. This is a novel that confronts the trauma of family secrets and explores one woman's brave decision to define herself and her future. So wait a minute, where the hell did I get about the father? Okay. At least there's something I got correct, okay? The fact that Sally is strange. Like it wasn't obvious. Anyways, you know what? I'm excited and let's go on to the next one. And another one. Anyways, yeah, let me start jamming and get, you know, to the next book, right? That's what we're here for. Another psychological thriller is on this list, and this one is actually a buddy read that I'm doing with my bestie, Chrissy. Whew. Okay, so this one is Ward D by Frida McFadden. And I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive. It's not really that big of a deal, actually. I think it's the same cover, basically. I don't know if it's the same color, but I think it's because it has like, you can't see it on camera, but it has like a raised effect to it. And then the like wording and stuff is like shiny. Okay, you can see a little bit. Fun bonus contents, the call schedule. Yeah, it's like literally just not really a big thing. I wish they would have had like sprayed edges. Then that would have definitely, you know, made it you know, even better thing.
But you know what? I guess it's the contents of the book and the fact that I'm supporting an author and Barnes & Noble. And you know, I do support Barnes & Noble a lot. I do also get my books through other outlets because, I mean, your girl don't got money like that, so I gotta, you know, save where I can, bestie. You know, and Barnes & Noble sometimes is a little more expensive, but I still go crazy buying books, so there's also that. And then, you know, my bestie buys me books from there. My other friend buys me books from there. My other friend buys me books from there.
So you get the point. Anyways, back to Ward D. Basically, I did start this. I'm pretty far into it. Not that far, but you know, I am like 10, 11 chapters in, I believe. And I'm enjoying it, you know, because right now we have... Why can't I remember these characters' names? I think it's because I'm reading so many books that they're just like... But I do remember when I read it. I mean, obviously I would remember when I read it because it's gonna say the character's name. Duh. Anyways, yeah. What's her name? Oh, Amy. So we're following Amy, who happens to be a psychiatrist, or she's still actually in like med school. I don't remember if she wants to be a psychiatrist, but the point is that as a part of her, I guess you could say like internship or something like that, she has to go to a psych ward, and that ward is Ward D. Yeah. The thing is that she is terrified of Ward D, and there's a reason for that. I can't tell you the reason, and I don't know if it tells the reason in the synopsis, but you see, bestie, this is why we don't read synopsis. Say it with me. We don't read synopsis, because a lot of times synopsis ends up spoiling it for you. Yeah, so I don't really know much. All I know is that she happens to be in there. She's kind of scared, and there's a reason for that. I mean, who wouldn't be scared of being in a psych ward? Especially when there's like one that has this reputation, okay? And even though they do give, you know, like a code if she needs to like get out or, you know, things like that. But I mean, it's still scary, you know?
When you panic, you panic. What about if she forgets the code? You know, like, what about if she puts in the wrong code? What about if she's so panicky and so scared that she just kind of just stands there and just stays frozen? Like, oh my God, poor Amy. I couldn't imagine being in her shoes, but you know what? I am in her shoes in this moment. Yeah. Yeah, she's there, and there's just certain things that I'm guessing she's gonna find out.
It says here, Amy never wanted to spend the night at Ward D. Oh yes, I forgot. She has to spend the night. Like, she has to be in there for 24 hours, okay? Like, you know, it's not like if she's just going in for a quick visit and then leaving. No, she's basically on lockdown with these patients, okay? The thing is, she just might not make it out alive. So you see, this is the issue here. This is why I don't blame her for being scared of that. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm glad I'm reading this with my bestie. Super excited to continue on and find out what happens. Frida is giving little, what's the thing? Oh, cookie crumbs. Like, she's giving them little cookie crumbs, trying to lure me into like, okay, what's happening next? What's happening next? What's happening next? And you see, this is why I say, welcome to the dark side. We have cookies, because that's what these authors do, you know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So bestie, you know the deal. Tell me about your books you planning to read. And most of the time, y'all don't even be telling me. Like, what is up with that? Like, actually tell me, what books are you looking forward to reading? You know, you don't have to give me your whole 20 books. You could just give me 3, 5, 10 if you want to. If you got time on your hands, sure, 20. But yeah, can you like let me know down below? Hello? Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not, you know, become besties. Let's do this. Let's make it official. Let's get committed. Subscribe, like, comment, you know, all that good stuff, because that's what helps push my channel out. Like, it's tough out here, you know? It's tough to get known. But yeah, anyways, besties, I love you so much, and thanks for being here with me. You know, it's always a good time when we're together. Besties to the end. Love you so much. Bye.